Hello and welcome to my Elite Dangerous, my personal fleet carrier, my second look, Beta 2, Planetary Exploration. So we're going to hit the next planet that we can land on in this system and see what we can see, because that's what we do. Be sure to look to the bottom right of the video and select that subscribe button. There's a misconception that subscribing to one's channel will cost you something. It really doesn't.
Landing gear retracted.
Disengaged. The launch underway.
It's free. And you get notified when I produce more videos. And eventually it'll help me out with YouTube. We've been to the first two planets. Now we'll go to the third one. We'll go to A3.
Frameshift drive charging.
I don't know why the system map comes up when I try to go into Super Cruise.
Engage.
And while we're getting there, underneath the video in the description toward the bottom is ways to donate. Please consider donating. Costs are very high. Our budget is very low. Our income is very low. So we need as much help as we can get to fund the YouTube side. We've produced over 650 videos just since January, and you have to store all those somewhere, and it runs several terabytes per month. Now, counting the actual raw video that's not edited, it's probably another 2 or 3 terabytes in case we have to go back and find a certain time frame, those types of things. So, and with all the audio equipment and software and hardware and computer equipment and all of that, yep, it's very expensive. So we need your help. Underneath the video to the left, you'll see my YouTube channel where you'll find those 650 plus videos as of the publication of this video at GFM_RDG. And there's an About tab there. If you check that tab out, you'll find an email address that you can contact me if you need to send me a private message for any reason. Well, we're excited to have the fleet carrier back, even though it's a beta. And we use it basically the same way we do every time. Yeah, we are hearing complaints on the forums about upkeep costs. Yeah, my upkeep cost started out at 12.7, but it's already at 17, and most of it's hull maintenance, because the complaint we're hearing on the forums is that every time you make a jump, no matter how small or long, no matter if it's 1 light year or if it's 50, they charge you $750,000 for hull maintenance. And yeah, we're seeing that. My hull maintenance for 6 jumps is like 4.5 million. But that's why you grind credits. For a fleet carrier to own one, you have to grind credits. There's not many other ways to, or there's not really any way of getting around that. Looking for the sunny side on A3. And we haven't been to A3 in this beta. We look for diverse textures. Probably go right into there.
Orbital flight engaged.
And our planetary exploration videos are pretty popular. We get good view rates, and we get lots of comments. So we certainly have to keep doing them, because that's what the viewer wants, and that's what you get. Viewers kind of choose based on hit rates what you see the most. And it's fun to run around in the SRV and collect materials for the engineers or for synthesis. I'll have to watch the gravity. And we do our look around, especially if we're not going to drop too fast. Right now it's okay. And the last planet, A2, we saw a down or crashed satellite. Okay. We're going to come back to where these canyons are. Looks like there's a good enough slope going into the canyon over here. In case that's what we want to do. In case that's what the signals draw us to, put it that way. Assist landing. There is a soft spot. Cis alternate. Over over to the left, probably come in over here because it's more of a smoother spot. And we'll feather down. Sys down. Thank you for coming along on this planetary exploration trip.
Low gravity warning.
We have to move away from the ship before we can see it off. Little mound up here. Sys ship.
Ship dismissed.
And she'll go into orbit until we recall her. And as you can see, we have galvanized cobalt in our SRV also, just like the ships. And we're seeing on that back sensor raw materials. What we're always looking for is upper levels from at the top of that sensor. It says dark.
Cargo scoop deployed.
Okay, so let's see what we got. Right now, just raw materials. You just go where the signals are. And if watching the videos gives you an uneasy feeling because of the motion, you might just have to glance at the video and listen more for a while, because we have heard from viewers that it does make them a little nauseous to watch the video because of the movement. And I use a VR headset, and that's why you see when my head moves. Yeah, for the first several weeks of playing in VR, I could only play for about 15 minutes at a time because of the motion. But listening to those on the forum that had the same issue, we all have said it takes about 2 weeks of just playing about 15 minutes at a time. See, nickel is the next one highlighted, and we have 70 out of 300. 300 means it's a grade 1. And carbon is a grade 1, and we have 106. And 250 would be a grade 2, 200 would be a grade 3, and 150 will be a grade 4. Now raw materials, it only goes to a grade 4. And manufactured and encoded, they go to grade 5. And you can actually stay on a planet indefinitely if you're collecting raw materials, because cis-right, I'm going to show you cis-right, cis-right, gets worse all the time. So you can go down to fuel tank under modules and you click on that. We can refuel the SRV 62 times with just basic fuel, normally what you land with. Standard, which gives you 100% fuel efficiency, 34 times, and 200% of fuel efficiency, 34 times. And I have seen up to 4 times on premium. That's pretty wild stuff. And you can resupply your ammo. You can also repair your SRV through synthesis also. Now, on repair, you can call down your ship and you can dock to your ship and it instantly repairs your SRV. But you don't even have to call down the ship. And you can create limpids if you're asteroid mining through synthesis. Just go to cargo rack like we just did under modules. When you're on your ship, especially if you have you might have to have your mining rig with the controller, the limpet controllers, to do that. But I don't know, because I think I've done it in the Planetary before. Go to cargo rack and you can make limpids. But gathering raw materials and manufactured and encoded is very important in this game, and just as well as credits. Credits are king. I came into beta 2 with 9.9 billion, and I came into beta 1 with 6.3 billion, and what a difference. Yeah, 9.9 is good. 8's probably good too, but anything less than 8, you might have to grind a little bit. Now, by the end of the beta, toward the end of the beta, they're going to have a blowout sale of fleet carriers, so pretty much everyone can buy one. There'll only be 1 million. Now that's without the services, and I needed all the services except for the black market or the secure trading. So that could cost you another 500 to 700 million. Currently we have 82 out of 300 of iron. Iron and nickel makes limpids, so those are always good to have. And yes, what you do in beta stays in beta. but it creates very good video, and the viewers like to see us doing planetary exploration and collecting materials. So, and that's what we do. Yeah, it's pretty rough. But I do enjoy, I mean, it's different. I do enjoy asteroid mining too, because it's different. Now, I'm not as good at it as some of you probably are. Well, we do our best. I can collect, this trip I've been collecting 20 to 30 per hour of tritiums, as Frontier says it should be pronounced. But my guess for the upkeep cost of the fleet carrier, it's going to run about 19 million per week. It's been as low as 12.7. I did move, well, I moved some material around in the live account. So that, of course, that was the fleet carrier server. The snapshot was taken on April the 30th. So whatever you had on April 30th is what you have in beta. I think the canyon's over here. Let's check it out. Might as well. See, it looks like it's the entrance of the canyon. It's on that bottom sensor. And if you watched our second and third episode of Beta 2's playlist, you'll see that we purchased almost 16, well, counting what we put in the fuel tank and everything, it was getting really close to 16,000 tons of tritium, or tritium. Yeah, on the bottom sensor, it doesn't look like it's too steep. You always watch your bottom sensor for drop-offs. Doesn't mean that we won't make a mistake and have a drop-off, but try to watch those. My son said he was flying and went over a cliff one time, and yep, that was the end of that. At least with the SRVs, the rebuy is only like 267, I believe, credits. It's pretty inexpensive. And you get, you respawn in the ship that's in orbit if you die, so not too bad. Lower risk. And if you get stuck or damaged, just exit the game, come back in Elite Dangerous, not Horizons, but Elite Dangerous, and you'll return into orbit, because Elite Dangerous without Horizons is not, doesn't allow you to land on a planet. So if you return in Elite Dangerous only, even if you were stuck upside down, or there's something that under or partly under a rock or something and you couldn't move, that way at least you can get back in the ship in orbit and then go back into horizon, and then you can land again. Especially like if you're at Dav's Hope and they have those racks of stuff and your tires get stuck under the rack, like I did once upon a time when I first started. And I had to do that. I had to search to find that, but yeah, that's what they said too. Just go back into Elite Dangerous without horizon, and it worked. Put you in orbit. Now, we're not as much looking for material right now. We're just kind of checking the canyon out. And I do glance at the sensor just to make sure there's not an upper level. But the scenery's pretty cool, and especially if you're in a VR. It's really nice. Now, I am asking for donations for a 8K VR, like the HP Reverb, and there's several others that are in 8K. I have the Oculus Rift S, and it's a 4K, and it works. I had the Rift, the original Rift, and it was 1080, and it's very lacking. You really need to start out with a 4K at least, and I hear that the 8Ks are incredible. So if there's someone that wanted to help us out, that would be great. And also, the ship is open to everyone's, or I mean the fleet carrier, so if you want to come out and support the RGFC, it is open for you to do that. Well, I appreciate you coming along. Make sure you look for that subscribe button in the lower right hand corner of the video. It helps me with YouTube, but it doesn't cost you anything. Like I said, that's a misconception that some people have, that it costs them, and it doesn't. It's the free version. They have a premium subscription available, which there's some benefits to you, and it helps support some of the content creators that you enjoy. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure which way we had went, but Sometimes you get turned around. I don't think this canyon is really big anyway. When we were landing, it didn't look all that big. It didn't just keep going on and on and on. And we'll probably start working our way out so we can call down the ship and end this video at some point. Now, in the second purchase and transport of tritium, which I believe is the third episode, our fleet carrier, I didn't see who they were shooting at, but the fleet carrier itself started shooting at something that was behind me. And you could see the security forces coming in, and they were opening fire on whatever that was too. Which it was probably someone that was, because the computer said you're under attack. So it might have been a pirate trying to attack us. They get mad because we don't submit. So they come into the station attacking sometimes. So you should check that video out. Now, like the moon up there, or the other planet, that does give you some direction if you follow that. There is an outcrop over here. It's the taller signal. We might hit that. Just see. The outcrops usually have more material in them. You can orient yourself with the sun also, or with the star. Yeah, you can get yourself in all kinds of predicaments. Oh, yep, that wasn't good. Let's see if we can get ourselves back up. Okay. Yep. Okay. Where did our outcrop go? Oh, it's over here. See, our integrity went down to 95%. It didn't hurt us too badly. But it doesn't like rolling. Okay. Okay, so let's look. Might be a smoother path over here that we can get out in. Possibly. Yeah, the ship can probably land here too. It's about time. Sis, ship. Sis, ship.
Ship recalled.
Find out where she lands. There is a spot down here that's is good enough for her. Now what we might do is get out of the way. Come over here. Because I don't want her landing on my head. See if she lands down there. She might land right next to us. I do like the cutter a lot. It is a beautiful ship. I like my pythons too. But we have 4 pythons and 4 cutters. We have a cargo version of each. We have a travel and a mining and a planetary of each. Sis down. Well, I appreciate you coming along. Please press that subscribe button in the lower right hand corner. Doesn't cost you anything, keeps you updated, and will help me with YouTube. Please consider donating. By looking into the Sis landing.
Landing gear retracted.
Sis alternate. By looking in the description at the bottom of that. We have to wait for the mast lock. Sis left.
Frame shift drive charging. Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
And underneath the video, to the left, you'll see our YouTube channel page, GFM_RDG. Where you'll find over 650 more videos to watch. We have to get past the gravitational pull of the planet. But the fleet carrier is a lot of fun. I really recommend it. The grind, I believe, is worth it. So watch my preparing for fleet carrier videos of Sothis and Ceos and how to grind for credits, and you need to max out the reputation with the factions. You need to donate to them so you get those 2 and 3 unit cargo missions. And you can make up to 25 million per run, just Sothis to Ceos, like Sothis mining in particular. Station. It's an extraction station, so it's mainly materials like palladium pays the most, gold pays next, silver pays third. Then there's like gallite, cobalt, several others. But watch my preparing for fleet carrier videos, and that'll help you grind. You might be an asteroid miner and be able to make good credits there. Asteroid mining for me is kind of like fishing. I really enjoy doing it, but I'm not going to support the family on it. It's kind of what asteroid mining is for me. I'm not as good at it. If you watch our last video, it took me over an hour just to mine 10 painites. Now it was a single hotspot, so that had a lot to do with it, but I needed that for Salim Jean, the engineer. And even in the hotspot, that took about an hour to collect the 10 painites. It was named correctly because it was a pain to work with it. Sis left. Now we moved the fleet carrier to the second moon. Need to watch that video on hyperspace launch. It was several videos ago. Yeah, you should watch that one. It's where we're outside of the fleet carrier and we watch it go into hyperspace. So you see the cloud and the lightning and the roar as it goes into the cloud. So it was a lot of fun. And check out the video where I go to Celine Jean and unlock her, and we were able to give her those 10 painites and max out the grade 5 armor on the travel Python. So check that video out. But again, I appreciate you when you come along. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe.
Welcome, Commander. Thank you for visiting Planetary.
Sis left. We can't hit the request docking until we get to under 7.5.
Docking request accepted. Proceed to your designated path, Commander. Request accepted.
Yeah, the fleet carrier is my favorite asset, and I will be purchasing one in June when we're able to. And yes, it'll probably wind up in galvanized cobalt color, just like the rest of my ships. And there's a kit to change the front ends, and yeah, I'll probably do that too. The rest of it looks pretty good. The front end needs a little work.
Landing gear deployed.
I really don't need 16 pads, but that's all you can get. I mean, 8 would work for me, and be nice if you could add additional storage modules, like another 25,000 or so. That would be kind of cool. When we get space legs, having living quarters, stuff like that would be really neat.
Docking confirmed. Ship has docked. Welcome to the carrier, Commander.
Well, I appreciate you coming along. Make sure that you come along on the next videos and subscribe and donate and watch more of our videos. So until the next adventure in the RGFC, thank you for watching.